Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Head Coach Ross of the ATACX Gym, Street Warrior in Njia Uhuru Capoeira. As you know, Njia Uhuru is a Swahili term. It means the way of freedom. And Capoeira is the correct Kikongo term of the legendary African fighting warrior system and spiritual system from the area we call Congo, which was popularized in the Empire of Congo. And subsequent to that time, it was mispronounced as Capoeira by Rafael Bluto in the year 1712 and first recorded for the first time ever in Rafael Bluto's dictionary. So we know exactly when and where that term Capoeira came from. Don't believe the hype. If anybody else telling you otherwise, you can Google that. Rafael Bluto, 1712 Capoeira. You'll see what I'm talking about. You actually literally see the pictures and the dictionary and the entries proving what I'm talking about. Okay, so what is this part of the video about? Well, this video deals with the sexism in so-called capoeira, and it's really bad. And in fact, I'll use one person as an example. Let's make this really clear, okay? Most of the new students of so-called capoeira are women. If you look at the number of women there are who are in the student body, and then you look at the number of women who are mestres, you see a terrible disparity there, and it is not a disparity that can be explained away by the regular intense attrition rate from that happens when you got a newly enrolled student and as they move up through the ranks. That can't be explained by that. The reason why there aren't as many women mestres as there should be is because of sexism. Period. Point blank. They are not being rewarded with the amount of rank that they deserve at the same rate of speed and with the amount of support and recognition as their male counterparts are. Period. That's it. And let me drop something else on you. The greatest warrior, I had to say this. The reason why this part I want to say right now is important. The greatest warrior, recorded warrior in modern times in Capoeira is a woman. Her name is Ngola Jinga. She's the same one who you miscall and mispronounce as Queen Nzinga or Queen Njinga of Angola. No. Angola is the mispronunciation of the Kimbundu term Ngola. Ngola means it refers to the office of the ruler. It's kind of like saying the kingship or the queenship or the presidency rolled into one. Okay? She is the greatest warrior in modern times from the 15th century forward, from the 16th century forward, regarding this art, and it's not even close. She's better and greater than Nganga and Zumbis, both of them, one of whom you mispronounce. It's been mispronounced drastically and terribly in Portuguese as Zumbi dos Palmares. Nganga and Zumbi means great lord. Is another title from the motherland which was misunderstood, mispronounced, and misapplied in Brazil. Basically, everything you know is wrong in Brazil. You know, you have to start with Africa first and you get the proper information. Okay, but stay focused on Ngola Jinga. Why is that so very important? We need to focus on her because not only is she the greatest of modern times, better than anybody you can think of who's associated with the art in modern times, she is the example of what we need to really look at here, because we're missing at least half of the great stories and histories of this particular art because we're skipping over the stories of our women. The women, the girls, they are the princesses, the queens, the mothers, the parents of these incredible warriors, and they themselves are the incredible warriors. They're the first incredible warriors. They are the mothers of humanity, the queens of civilization, especially African women, specifically and especially African women. They are the mothers of humanity, and they're the first queens. They are the queen mothers of civilization. So in telling their story, we are telling our story and the story of humanity, and telling it correctly. All right? And we're learning that which we are constantly in ignorance of, and it's to our detriment. What is one of the massive things that we could learn from them? Well, let's look at the fact that it was they who turned Capoeira into the world's greatest and most effective recorded rape defense system, period. Nobody's close. Not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, not Judo, not Hihilian Hujitsu or Fluto. Nobody else you can think of. They're not even close. Not even close. How do we know this? Because we know that the European slave trade involved Africa and Africans all over the world. And that there was wholesale one-way rape, European rape of African women. We know this. But wheresoever the rape trade and the slave trade, because they're both the same thing, all right, was happening, we find that the majority of the people in that area are not mixed. Because we should have more mixed, half black, half white, or some kind of fraction or combination thereof. That's the dominant group, ethnic group, racial group in that area where slavery has happened. But that did not happen. It didn't happen even before, you know, the elites realized that they were adding to the amount of mulattoes and quarteroons or whatever else you want to call them. You know, that would then turn into the class that would oust them from power. It stopped way before then. Way before then. How do we know this? It's because of the records involved. The numbers of people of color and the number of mixed people just began to drop dramatically. In fact, it was never as massive as some people will let on, and that was directly due to the African women. That was due to them, girls and women. They developed the skills to fight off, to kill, to escape, to hide, to outthink, to misdirect, to use their cunning and their guile against the overwhelming force, the overwhelming numbers, and the overwhelming weapons of the slavers. And you didn't even have to be enslaved to deal with this, because men were raping women anyway, no matter what your status was, and no matter what your color was. We need to tell those stories. It is especially prevalent to do so, and especially difficult to do so when we're dealing with Africans who were in bondage under these circumstances. But we do know that these women did incredible things, and that was one. They prevented themselves from being raped by everyone, the slavers especially, but African men weren't much better. And that's another thing that they don't want to admit, but it's true. We had a lot of respect for our women, but you know what? There's rapists everywhere, no matter what color you were. In our culture, we would kill you for it. Rape was an offense punishable by death. You didn't get a chance to go to jail or anything. No. You rape somebody, you die, right? But people were still doing it anyway. But these sisters weren't having it. Yeah, you can go ahead and try to rape them if you want to. That'll be the last person you try to rape. That'll be the last action you ever take on this earth. You know, we know again about the incredible achievements of, like I told you, Ngola Jinga. She's the one whose name is given to the most common and dominant movement in cardio capoeira, the Jinga. They'll tell you that it comes from they will lie, and tell you that the word Jinga is actually derived from the Portuguese word gingar, which means to sway. And that is the dominant footwork and primary movement of the art. No, it is not. It's not even close. You never even heard that word being used until after Africans were utilizing our Arakata Ujuzia movement skills in the implementation of Capoeira in sufficient enough numbers in the Americas to cause there to be some general awareness of these skill sets among the slavers who were trying to enslave us and kill us in the first place. Go do your etymology, all right? Go check that out, and you'll see it. Compared with the history of the time, it's not even close. It's not even close. Every word I'm telling you is 100% true, and you can prove it with your own research. You don't have to take my word for it. Okay, now, Ngola Jinga was famous for killing 25 armed assailants at a time, every time she went into war, since the age of 16 until the age of 60, when she had beaten everybody everywhere and had created an empire that was twice the size, is larger than Europe, more than twice the size of the United States, and she ruled that empire without an ounce of dispute for another 25 years. She died around the age of 85 years old, and even then she was an amazing combatant. She was also bisexual. She's had female lovers, and that goes right to the heart of the issue about how did our ancestors think about same-sex activities. All right, while it wasn't prevalent, it was not met with a kind of excoriating contempt as some of our more woke historians will try to tell you it was. It was not. It was not. And the reason is because we older civilizations tend not to have the prejudices and the misguiding mistakes of the younger civilizations. We don't tend to have the prejudices, the ignorances, the bigotries of the younger civilizations. When we do things, it's for older, more mature reason. If we did the same kind of thing, it's for an older, more mature reason most of the time. Okay? So, another thing about her is that she was also the greatest diplomat of that time. She outthought and outmaneuvered all of the combined diplomats of Europe who were involved in the slave trade in that area at that time. This was absolutely a stunning achievement, because the Europeans prided themselves and fancied themselves to be the most intelligent, the most civilized, the best educated. And there's no way some backward savage, from the kingdom of Ndongo, which you miscall Angola. Then you got that term Angola as a result of the mispronunciation of the Kimbundu term Ngola. Remember I told you her title was Ngola and her name is Jenga? And Ngola it refers to the office of the queenship or the kingship, the office of the ruler of the kingdom of Ndongo. Yeah. The Europeans were so screwed up that they misunderstood and misapplied that term, mispronounced it and applied it to the country. That would be like somebody coming to the United States of America, where I live, and deciding that, you know what, that would be like somebody coming to the United States of America, where I live, all right, and deciding that, you know what, hearing about the president of the United States and mistaking the president, the title, the office of the presidency, for the name of the country and the people in it. So that would be like them coming to the United States saying that, oh, no, it's not the United States. That place is called Presidento, and the people living in Presidento are the Presidentoans. That's how stupid and off base calling the kingdom of Ndongo Angola is. So stop it. Stop it. Don't participate in such stupidities. All right. Now back to Ngola Jinga and the incredible women, and the story of women and girls. Like I told you, she outsmarted everybody. She beat up everybody. And I mean, the Dutch, the Portuguese, the Spanish, nobody wanted any part. They couldn't do anything with her. She was too smart. You know how women are. They're smart. So, and this story repeats itself over and over again. The mysterious but mighty Dandaha, who was the wife of the second Nganga Nzumbi, who of Ngola Janga, which you miscall Palmares, and the second Nganga Nzumbi. Nganga Nzumbi is a Kikongo term, and it means great lord. This title was once again mispronounced as if it was somebody's name. The second Nganga Nzumbi was called Zumbi dos Palmares by the Portuguese. They took his title and translated it into his name. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So, but his wife was Dandaha, and she was magnificent. And there's not much history about her, but we do know that she perished by her own hand after battling to free over 100 women and children during one of many ultimately unsuccessful invasions of the Jangangola, which was mispronounced as Zumbi dos Palmares, meaning two palms, because of the big giant palm trees which were at its entrance. Saying dos Palmares for Jangangola is like saying Cali for California. All right, it's like a colloquial term. So anyway, we do know that she was just an absolutely magnificent and brilliant warrior. She came up with all kinds of tactics and stratagems that extended the life of her people and of the kingdom there, and that she bravely, like I said, she bravely sacrificed her life. For hundreds of others, women and children, whom the majority of male soldiers were not able to reach and free. She, with her small body of female soldier bodyguards, essentially like the Dora Milaje in the Black Panther, they ran in to the fray of European soldiers, battled for over half an hour to make certain that the sisters and their children were able to retreat and free themselves from the slaver, and then they found themselves surrounded by the slavers. And rather than surrender to the indignities and the horrors and terrors of torture and slavery, they battled to the death. And when it seemed that they would not be able to, the very few of them left, there's only about 2 or 3 of them left, including Dandaha herself, okay? Instead, when it seemed like the powers of the Portuguese were focused upon capturing them so that they could torture them for information and subject them to rape and other horrible indignities, these sisters took their own weapons and killed themselves with it, rather than submit to the will and to the brutal lust of the slaver. That's how powerful women are. That's how powerful women are. Oh, by the way, you can tell Tommy Sotomayor to suck every last one. Well, I'm not gonna say that because there's a lot of kids who watch my videos, but you know what I'm thinking, and he can take himself to the nearest cliff and just keep jumping off. If you don't know who Tommy Sotomayor is, good. That's good for you. If you do, you know exactly what I'm talking about and why I can't stand that fool. All right. Anyway, we definitely need to cherish, support, and revere even the women in our art. They are the greatest warriors we have, and they are the queens, the princesses, and the mothers. They're the warrior queens, the warrior princesses, and the warrior mothers of the next generation of warriors. There's no excuse for sexism in a system, in an art that is known to fight for liberty and justice and equality for all people. There's no excuses for it, and it's rampant within cardio capoeira. That sexism is institutionalized within cardio capoeira, and is due to every last one of us. All of our responsibilities to rectify that. All of us who are involved in the capoeira community, it's on us to rectify that. I just want to make it clear. I respect all women, especially our women and girls who are in our capoeira fighting system and who are honest enough to talk about and embrace the African truth and reality as opposed to the Brazilian lies and propaganda. If you have any questions or comments, leave it at the end of this video. Hey, check this out. I need you to hit the subscribe button. I need you to hit that notification bell. I need you to go to my website, googlesites.com/ATACX Street Warrior Capoeira. Check out everything we got there, from the ebooks all the way to the instructionals. It's great information, great skills, great teaching, great training that you find nowhere else on earth except from me. All right, take care of yourself. Asante sana, amani, ashe.